At the State of the Nation address yesterday, the Speaker of Parliament, Rebecca Kadaga, expressed concern that the legitimacy of the 10th Parliament could come under sharp scrutiny if a new cabinet is not yet appointed. The new Parliament commences business on 8th June 2016. Her concern was largely anchored on the position of Vice President and the Prime Minister, who is the lead of government business in the House.
It is a position that, to date, government has not been fully constituted. The position of the Vice President, the Prime Minister and lead of government business have not been appointed or approved by Parliament.
In his response, the President cited the Constitution, which gives him powers to appoint and disappoint.
Ministers are ministers until the President appoints new ones. If you are not satisfied, you go to court and the Chief Justice will tell you.
But probably he's not yet ready, and of course we can't force him.
The question, however, is whether the President's interpretation of the law is correct. Makerere University Law School Don, Dr. Daniel Ronald Ruhweza, says the Constitution is silent on when the President should appoint a new cabinet in the new term of office.
There is a lacuna, if you could say that so. The Constitution only talks about the powers of ministers, the power to appoint them, and when the ministers can cease being in office. So there's nothing specific that talks about what you're asking about.
Article 113, subsection 1 of the Constitution states that the cabinet ministers shall be appointed by the President with the approval of Parliament from among members of Parliament or persons qualified to be elected members of Parliament. Ruhweza says despite this constitutional dilemma, Parliament is greatly affected by the delayed appointment of the new cabinet, especially the Prime Minister, who is supposed to lead government business.
Parliamentary business is done at the instigation of the executive, right? It's the executive that determines what it must do first as far as government policy is concerned. Remember, there is a social contract between the president or the political party and with the electorate.
But the State Minister of Health, Dr. Chris Baryomunsi, says there is no vacuum because ministers continue to hold their offices.
We continue to serve in our respective offices until when the appointment has been revoked or until when one dies or resigns. So we are still working as ministers in the government.
If any minister is actually holding office right now, he or she knows that they do not have the mandate to hold that office until a new cabinet has been sworn into.
Herbert Ziwa, NTV.